Hi, I'm Granny and this is Girl Granny Girl. Today I want to share with you about kefir. Kefir has had profound effects on the health of our family and we want to tell you about kefir. This is a kefir culture that cultured last night. You can see it has some whey at the bottom because it has cultured and separated. It's really best if you can separate your kefir from the kefir pearls or kefir grains before you have this whey. When you have this whey, it creates more of a tart flavor in your kefir culture. So what I have here is I have my Blend Tech container, a plastic strainer, and a plastic spoon. One of the rules with kefir is you don't want to use anything metal or use any chlorinated water because those two things will kill the kefir culture. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to spoon this in here. You can kind of see the kefir pearls or kefir grains. I'm straining out the liquid because the liquid is what we're going to eat for breakfast this morning. Then I just mix it in here. And you can see, I'll pull this up here so you can see it straining through. Kefir has high levels of vitamin B12, calcium, magnesium, vitamin K2, biotin, folate, enzymes, and an amazing amount of probiotics. In some of the literature that we've read, it even states that it has 10 times the probiotics as yogurt. Many years ago, when all of our children were at home, we milked our own cow, and I made our own yogurt. And my goodness, that was a lot of work. I don't know how many of you have made homemade yogurt, but you have to heat the milk to a certain temperature, put in a starter, and then you have to incubate it at a certain level of heat for several hours for it to curd and form the yogurt culture. With kefir, it is so easy. Everybody can do kefir. You can see how beautiful these kefir pearls are here as I'm mixing them up, how healthy they are. Kefir is a yeast culture where yogurt is a bacteria culture. I don't know how many of you are familiar with probiotics. Probiotics is the good flora, the good enzyme or good bacteria in your gut, and this is what gives you really good health. Good health starts in your gut. And as you read, as I've read, everything stems back to what your intestinal health is like, your gut health. When you eat, but you have to have an antibiotic for some type of infection or something, it will kill all of that good bacteria in your gut. And so you need to be sure to introduce good probiotics back into your gut. And that's what kefir is good probiotics. We found that kefir can boost your immunity. It could heal bowel inflammatory problems. Okay, so now what I'm doing here is I'm going to put the kefir pearls back in my jar. You don't need to wash your jar every time because you've got a lot of good enzymes and bacteria in there, and it will help culture the milk again. So I wash my jar, every couple of days or so. Okay, so I'm going to bring it back up here, and this is a lot of kefir pearls or a lot of kefir grains. You don't need to have this many. It's just that I have this many, so I just want to keep them healthy, so I keep feeding them. Then I just pour the milk back over the kefir. You want to leave some space there because there's a lot of action that goes on here. You'll tighten your lid and you'll shake it. And you'll want to do this several times a day. But one important part is that you'll want to loosen your lid, because I've had a 2-quart jar like this break on the counter because I didn't loosen the lid, and because of all the action that's going inside, it broke that heavy glass. So now you just set this on your counter during the day, and every once in a while you'll tighten the lid, shake it, loosen the lid, and set it back down on the counter. And when it's cultured, you'll see a soft curd in here. You'll be able to move it around like this, and you'll see a soft curd in there, and that's when you know your kefir is ready to use. Okay, so now we have our kefir. That's quite a lot of kefir. We have grandchildren here this morning, so we're going to have a big jar of kefir, and they're going to love it. One thing that the pappy has decided is that we need to eat this plain. And so every morning and every night we'll eat this amount plain, and it just goes right into our gut and gives us that boost of probiotics, and it helps heal and restore anything we've lost during the day. It helps digest our food better. We just feel better when we're doing this. It has a tart buttermilk flavor, so that's what you can expect from your plain kefir. Okay, so now with this kefir, I'm going to add honey. You can use any kind of natural sweetener that you'd want to. Some people, you know, think that they don't want any natural sweetener in it, but I want to make it delicious so that the children will eat it. The children love kefir. Then I'll add frozen banana. I like to add the frozen fruit because the kids love to have it thick and cold. They love kefir thick and cold. I like to use frozen pineapple, and so I'll just get the fresh pineapple and cut the skins off and put it in sections. I even have the core there because the core is good, and the Blendtec blender is going to liquefy the core, so you don't need to throw that away. The fresh pineapple has a bromelain in it, which is good for arthritis and inflammation. And then these are some frozen strawberries that we grew in the garden last summer. At one point in our strawberry patch, we got 16 gallons off of it that week. So we're still enjoying fresh strawberries from our garden. Then we'll put on the lid. So as you can see how thick and creamy and delicious this is. Who wouldn't like this for breakfast? You almost feel like you're cheating because this is so good. So you can eat this just plain like this, or this is one of our other favorite ways to eat kefir, is that I make this raw granola, and then we eat kefir on top of our granola. And it is delicious. I hope that you'll want to make kefir and make it part of your life. If you're interested in getting some kefir pearls or kefir grains, just contact us and we'll help it happen in your life.